Stephanie, why am I? Want over here. New Melbourne is in this area over here. Zoom out. Okay, Heaven's down the bottom. Back. Let's do another run.
Hey, we got some paying work for a change. Believe that?
Georgia to Daedalus. Caladissa is over here. Aberdeen. The only Aberdeen I know is in Washington, and that's where Kurt Cobain and Daniel Bryant were from. I'm full of useless information.
We lined up an easy run this time.
Daedalus and Notre Dame. Bam. Zoom out. Georgia and or Athens is over here. Blue Sun Demur. Another 50 BP, like a boss.
We lined up an easy run this time.
Alright, Caladissa to New Casimir. Jens Bane's over here. And we went wad. Still staying in the Caladissa system. See, another easy run.
When I heard about this,
Finding more chests. Caladissa, Shoji's over here. Oh, we're going to Planet Bob. I love Planet Bob. I love the fact there's a planet named Bob. It's just awesome. Bellafon's over here. To Parth. I'm going to Parth a lot when I go to Bellafon, so you know that must be like a hub, major hub or something. Something's happening there.
We got some paying work for a change. Believe that?
Alright, Georgia Elfmane's right here, and Ethandra's there. Red Star System to Zhang's right there. And then Calissa to Heaven right there. Another 50 BP. I don't know what this BP's for, man. I want a ship. Don't even know how much I need to get a ship, but by God. That or maybe I can we'll be able to hire crew members because I've got more cash. I don't have to go find them per se. I can just hire them. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the point of earning this money is going to be, but I can't play Firefly online. So by God, I'm going to earn some money. By playing a companion app.
You ready to get paid?
Really, I think it's interesting that I'm spending this much time in the companion app. We can take a look here in a little bit and we can see just how much time I've spent in it so far. I think this just shows how much I love the Firefly verse, you know.
Hey, we got some paying work for a change. Believe that?
Alright, Pengile's over here. Hopefully one day when I find a wife she'll be a brown coat.
When I heard about this job, I immediately thought of you.
Alright, Caladissa is over here to Zeus to Victoria. Zeus is surrounded by females. Makes sense. Azur's here. We go to Odin quite a bit on these runs, and then Red Sun. You're starting to notice that there is some major planets that keep popping up, and I feel confident that there is a reason for that. It's not just random. Like these must be major trade rates. These must be major venues of fare. Now trade routes. You play a game and talk at the same time, and we'll see how well you pull it off. I was playing with the Night Node developers last year, and I was playing and talking like I do because I can do that,
Tell
no
Wash to
problem
spin
at
up the
all.
engines. We got work.
And one of the developers was like, I don't know how you do it, and he was just like, I don't. Oh my gosh, I can't talk and play. Leave me alone so I can just play, because he wanted to do well because we were streaming it. And then the other developers were like, Killjoy, keep him talking, keep asking him questions. So of course, Killjoy being who Killjoy is, I totally did that. And they were asking me, a lot of people asked, like, how can you play games and talk at the same time? And especially about stuff that's off topic. How do you do that? And
Hey, we got
it's
some
quite
paying work
simple.
for a change. Believe that?
All right, Georgia Dallas. But it's quite simple because I used to be a customer service, phone operator for Direct Energy. And, people that have energy problems, especially didn't pay their bill or whatnot, we would get a lot of phone calls. Liaison's over here. Not been there too often. So, of course, we would get a lot of phone calls, and a lot of it was, all right, my power's off, I want it back on, I'll pay this, yada, yada, yada. Well, I'm not the person that you would call and get a hold of. Aaron, I don't know Aaron. Oh, it's off of Shannon, okay. Cool. See, I don't know all the planets yet. But, you would
We
call
lined up an easy run.
and you would ask, to speak to a live person. And so, let's see, my dad came in the room, distracted me for a second. No bueno. Lay 6 is off of Urbana. We go there quite a bit. And to Georgia. But, when you call and you get an operator, you'd be talking to someone and you're like, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your supervisor. This guy, supervisor. I was considered CSR rep level 2. And so when, someone got irate or a call got escalated, it got escalated to me. Well, in order to do a
We
CSR2,
lined up an easy run this time.
you had to be able to, you couldn't put your calls on hold because you're the supervisor. You're the, we need you. We need you to talk to the customer and take care of it. So you cannot put the call on hold when you're a supervisor, which makes me mad because, now that when I call in and I ask for a supervisor and I'm constantly getting put on hold or transferred to multiples, it makes me mad because that used to be my position. That used to be what I did. And so in order to develop it, because it was really hard not to put somebody on
Ready to get
hold,
paid?
and it was hard to
Easy,
talk to
right?
someone while you were working on the computer, but you had to be engaging, you had to talk to them, the tremendous amount of multitasking was required. Beowulf is over here. Oops, no, don't do that. Jens Bane's over here. Oh, wait, one more. There we go. Now there's the Jens Bane. Ta-da. So, it didn't matter what you talked with about the customer as long as it was
Paying work for a
appropriate.
change. Believe that?
Aphrodite's out here. And so, in order to do this, in order to build the ability that I could do this, what I would do is, I was playing World of Warcraft at the time. And I was in a clan. And, we raided, we mic'd a lot and whatnot. And what we did was, my guildmates were just awesome. And I was like, look, I need to learn how to focus on the PC and communicate at the same time. Will you guys help me? And my clan was all about helping me in real life. And they were just awesome. The guild was just totally awesome. And
Ready to get
so
paid?
what we did was, I was the raid healer for the guild. And I also did some off tanking and some main tank. I could heal anybody, but because my overheal was less than 500, which overheal, if you understand any of this at all, an overheal of less than 500. I did not waste heals at all, which is why I got the raid heal position, because I did not waste heal. And not only that, but we had a mage that could tank, as long as I was healing him. So we had a main tank mage tank that I healed and kept alive, which I was always very proud of. No one else could keep him alive but me, and we would only do that
Tell Wash to spin up the
with
engines.
him.
We got work to do.
And you know, it was awesome because there were times where it's like, man, 2 tanks is not enough. No problem. Killjoy's here. I could raid, heal, and keep the mage tank alive. So, and I did not use a heal bot or anything like that. I did it. A lot of people, a lot of guilds would require you to download mods. I'm a purist. I don't like downloading mods. I was the only member of the guild that was allowed to be in the guild and raid and not have any mods installed. Which,
ready
you know,
to
back
raid?
then, deadly
Show
boss
me these
mods, you know, you can't do anything unless you do it with deadly boss mods. Well, you know, I'm a purist. I'm not going to download deadly boss mods. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. Like, well, no, I'll just find another guild. And so, you know, I finally met some people. And basically, it was just they needed somebody extra for the raid. And, you know, I went in and they saw me and they were constantly needing an extra healer
Tell Wash to spin up the engines.
and
We got work
whatnot. And what was great about me was I didn't just have one healer. I had, you know, a holy paladin and a disciple priest at the time. Of course, this is when we're talking about this time period. I guess we should give it some reference. This time period is when Burning Crusades came out, and Karazhan was a big thing of trying to get geared up for Karazhan. How I met this group was in, you know, Karazhan. Basically, I did solo through all of the regular World of Warcraft, and I wouldn't say Burning Crusades has been out for a few months before this guild. I started working with them, and
When I heard about this job, I immediately thought,
when they started looking at my stats and stuff, and then they were like, "Your overheal's amazing. What do you use?" And it's like, I don't use anything. I'm a purist. And then it was like, okay, we're going to keep you and you're a purist. So anyway, so this guild, you know, loved them. They loved me. It was awesome. I only ever had one complaint in raiding. In all the drops that we ever had, there was only one time that I was just like, and that drop, what had happened was we were in Gruul's lair, and I was healing the mage tank, and we were doing that. God, I want to say it was like I want to say it was the first major pull. It's been a while, but it had that all those ogres that you had to mess with, and they were all nasty, and it was, yeah, the boss fight
Tell
before you
Wash
even got to
spin up the
Gruul's.
engines. We got work to do.
And so I'm using, you know, I was not geared up very well. And here's another thing, you know, not being geared up, having a 500 overheal and keeping a mage tank alive. Because I wasn't, you know, in a guild a lot up to that point, I had this this thing where I was with a arena group, and we loved arena, and none of us were in guilds. We just loved arena, and I continued to arena with them even after the guild. So not only am I keeping a mage tank alive and whatnot, I'm doing this
When I heard about
in
this job,
arena
I immediately
PvP
thought,
gear. Full arena PvP gear. That's my gear. That's how I got, you know, enough together so that... Oh, I did not mean to click that out. That's how I got enough together so that I could, you know, even have my healing power up high enough. And of course, you know, I got a bunch of enchantments and healing mallet and yada yada yada. I mean, you guys remember the whole shebang. Herschel's over here. So anyways, so my paladin shoulders dropped, and they are a paladin healing shoulders. and they gave it to our paladin tank.